In this video, my team and I will explain the analysis we did on the EmSAT exam. Let's go ahead and start with the first one, language description. So, what does language description mean? It is the act of describing the level and the complexity of the language, and it depends on which medium this language was used. If we took a look at the EmSAT exam, the language is rather simple and easy to understand if skimmed through. In regards to the timing, the students have about 2 hours to finish the EmSAT exam, which includes reading, grammar, and writing. Looking at how much time students have to finish the exam, we can understand why the language is simple. The EmSAT exam is focusing on the quality of the students' answers. That's why they want the students to understand the questions.
Next up, learning theories. Learning theories are an organized set of principles explaining how individuals acquire, retain, and recall knowledge. Here are a couple of learning theories that will help with the process of learning EmSAT. First off, behaviorist learning theory. This theory is the dominant theory for language learning. Behaviorism is based on the idea that first language acquisition and second language acquisition are determined by the environment, meaning the environment that the learner is surrounded by plays a big role when acquiring language, whether it's at home or at school. Language learning is a process of habit formation. Habit formation is the pattern of behavior that is regular and which has become almost automatic as a result of repetition. The behaviorist learning theory is associated with 3 different methods: grammar translation method, the direct method, and audiolingual method. Now these methods emphasize the authoritative role of the teacher. Here the students are expected to memorize, focus on accuracy, correctness, and grammar. These elements are very important when practicing for EmSAT. Next is the mentalist learning theory. Now this theory emphasizes the role of the mind in language acquisition by arguing that humans are born with an innate and biological capacity to learn languages. Mentalist learning theory is associated with 3 different methods: the Suggestopedia, the natural approach, and communicative language teaching. These methods emphasize learner autonomy and learner independence. It focuses on meaning, content, and communication, which is very important when learning a language. Communicative language teaching is the most effective approach when being associated with the mentalist learning theory because it puts out special focus on interaction and the oral skills of speaking and listening. Lastly comes connectivism, a learning theory for the digital age. Connectivism is a relatively new learning theory developed and based upon the idea that people process information by forming connections. This theory has developed with the digital and technology age, adapting to advances in these arenas. This new theory suggests that people no longer stop learning after formal education and continue to gain knowledge from other avenues such as job skills, networking, experience, and access to information with new tools and technology. Connectivism recognizes the importance of technology, since EmSAT is a computer-based exam, and having to go through the procedure of this theory will make it easier for students to be more open-minded with the idea of having to gain knowledge by using new tools and technology. With the research we performed, most of the problems students faced was having to perform the exam on a computer. Most of the students said that it was nerve-wracking and that they weren't used to performing such serious examinations through the computer. Connectivism provides insight into learning skills, tasks, and abilities needed for learners to flourish in a digital era.
Let's talk about need analysis. We have two types of needs analysis, which they are target needs and learning analysis. First, let's talk about target needs, which focus on language use. The target needs include necessities, lacks, and wants. The first one, necessities, where the student needs to have a basic knowledge in grammar, vocabulary, reading, and writing. Second, lacks, where the teacher needs to know if the student lacks on writing skills or reading skills. Third, wants, which refer to the desire, the motivation, the involvement of the learner. For example, the student wants to increase the overall timing for the EmSAT test, or they want to make the exam paper-based instead of computer-based. The second one is learning analysis, which focus on the actual learning. The learning analysis of EmSAT is focused on the following. First, the teacher needs to know how to teach EmSAT and how to teach the student all the skills included in EmSAT, such as reading, writing, vocabulary, and grammar. Second, during the teaching process, the teacher needs to consider the learning styles of the student. For example, some students are visual and some are kinesthetic. The learning situation should consider which is a state or setting in which all elements needed for the promotion of learning exist. The learning situation elements are teacher, student, content, instructional materials, and equipment, as well as external facility.
And that is all. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye!